Happy Thursday, or if you saw in the description, happy Thors-day. All of the days of the week, a lot of the days of the week are named after, Greek or Roman or Norse gods. I think it's funny. Thors-day. Today's what? Thursday, April 17th. How are we halfway through April already? Pretty quick. We're coming on Easter and spring break's already over. We're just flying through, man. Flying through. Let's see. What are some novidades? We have, I don't know. There we go. Whoops. Playing the sound. Turn the sound off. I don't know. Oh, hey, you know what? Have you ever felt like you have like a target on your back? I had one of those times. Hey, Michael, how you doing? Hello. Last week you guys heard the story of how I was attacked, right? A vandalism attack. It was a random, it wasn't targeted. It was just some punk kid that I probably know, honestly. Probably had him in class one year or something, But threw goop on my windshield and whatnot. And then just, one thing after another, and you start realizing like, oh man, like, oh, why are you there? What are you doing? Your guard is up, I guess. So my guard has been up for the last 2 weeks now, and just yesterday I was dropping off my daughters at an activity, just a neighborhood activity. And I was driving from the area, and there's this one big, tall set of bushes that if you're not careful, people come darting out. Well, who should come darting out but this kid playing, maybe it happened at your high school, I don't know. They play senior assassin, and you stake a claim on somebody, and you find out who your target is, and you go shoot them with a water gun. Right? And if you shoot your person with a water gun, they're out, and then you get their target, and then it goes up the food chain, and then suddenly there's one person left. And inevitably what happens is kids will skip school to go hide at their house so that they won't get found. They won't get hit. So it's very much a distraction to learning. A lot of these kids are already pretty much fully checked out mentally from school anyway. So it's like, what are we hurting, But I guess maybe the kids that do it maybe are a little less careful. And a kid on his way back from getting, or I don't know if he got her or not or whatever, this girl that lives in our on another dead end nearby. And this kid, without stopping at the stop sign near this tall bush that you can't see, just came flying through the intersection. I slammed on the brakes, and this kid like swerved around me, and he was like, "Oh, sorry," And I was like, "Man, I just feel like I have a target on my back lately." I don't know what it is. I just feel like ever since I do know what it is. Ever since my car got gooped by this stupid TikTok trend, my guard has been up very much. People that ask me the wrong question, I'm like, what do you mean by that? Like, are you like people aren't friendlies anymore, you know what I mean? Like my guard is always up lately, and I don't know what it's gonna take. Maybe just time, maybe just some like, I don't know, church music or something. Who knows what I need, but I feel like my guard is always up lately. I love the roar category on connections yesterday. Oh, but you didn't get it. Oh, that was the first thing I thought of when I saw Lion and Katy Perry. I was like, Katy Perry the astronaut? Katy Perry. I love all of the memes and jokes and stuff about Katy Perry lately, because it all talks about how, she's been to space, and here we are like striving to make ends meet, and she's like, yay, rich people in space, It's just funny. All right, let's play connections. We're creating 4 groups of 4. They are related somehow. So let's see how these 16 words are related. Case, mantle, sauce, core, crust, 40, trunk, trout, torso, young, six-pack, cheese, toppings, bonds, midriff, and growler. Wow. Okay, so two things that I saw, actually. I saw the core, the mantle, the crust. Oh, I don't know. The layers of the earth, right? There's the mantle, the core, and the crust, but what else? Maybe that's a red herring. I don't know. And then I saw another one. I saw the trunk, torso, midriff, and core. Oh, or six-pack. Right, your abs. Let's try core. Okay. Central section of the body. It's not six-pack. Six-packs are in a different place. Hello, Darth Bone. Hello, hello, hello. And then I put Thors-day. Isn't that funny? Okay, so maybe like pizza stuff, like crust, cheese, sauce, and toppings. Ooh, and trout. Yum. Gonna put trout on a pizza? No. Okay, and it's the green category. Okay, we're gonna maybe do it in order today. Components of a pizza. So mantle. What are other words for mantle? Like, because, you know, like the mantle, like the crust of the earth, and then the mantle underneath. There's also like your fireplace mantle. Case, six-pack, 40, and growler. These are like units of measurement of alcohol. Units of beer. There you go. Units of beer. And I guess we are doing this in intended order, huh? Mantle, bonds, trout, and young. I don't know. Help me out there. Baseball greats. Oh, yeah, like Barry Bonds, Mickey Mantle, Trout. I don't know who Trout is. And then Young, Ken Griffey Jr., Mickey Mantle. I don't know who Young is. Well, central section of the body: core, midriff, torso, and trunk. Not six-pack. Mike Trout. Oh, Cy Young. Duh, of course, Cy Young. Thank you, Michael. Yeah. What's a 40? I think it's a 40 ounce. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't drink, so anytime there's an alcohol thing, I'm like, oh, well, it's beyond me, but okay. You see less and less, actually, more and more people in kind of our generation giving up alcohol. It's interesting. I never had it, so I don't know. Units of beer: a case, a 40, a growler, and a six-pack. Let me look that up really quick. Let's see. A 40 of beer is 40 U.S. fluid ounces. There you go. It's just over a liter. It's just over a liter. If you're a metric person. You got the pizza one first. Well, I'm in the mood for pizza. I had my mom help me on that one. She said a 40 was the best guess I had. One error left. Oh, isn't that the worst when you're like, I don't have any more guesses? Oh, man. Well, great. Okay. Components of a pizza: you got your cheese, your crust, your sauce, your toppings, and units of beer: a case, a 40, a growler, and a six-pack. How big is a growler? I've heard that word before. How big is a... Whoops, I'm not typing in the right place. How big is a growler? Standard growler is 64 ounces. It's a half gallon. Oh my gosh. That's a lot. That's a lot. You are going to get sloshed. And then for the purple, she thought it was Barry Bonds? Mickey Mantle? I don't know. Yeah, Cy Young. Of course, Cy Young. I know that name. And then Mike Trout. I think that's a new one for me. That might be a new one. Cool. Barry Bonds, Mickey Mantle, Mike Trout, and Cy Young, right? There's even the Cy Young Award. All right. The mini today is 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 by 5. All right. So one across, person, blank, or thing. Place. Like someone you shouldn't trust with fragile objects. Clumsy? Does that fit in there? Clumsy. Let's see if it fits. A time to die. DYE. Okay, every time there's a question mark, it's like a gimmick answer, right? So I wonder if that's Easter, like dying eggs. People are dying potatoes this year because eggs are so stupid expensive. Dangle a carrot in front of. Like to coax, to persuade, to swage. I don't know. I don't think that fits. Persuade. Swade. No. Class for a cognitive science major for short. Cognitive science, that would be like behavioral health or I don't know. We'll come back to it. Activities on the docket. Maybe plans. Full of sexual desire. Oh boy. Maybe lusty. Commonly cobwebby room. Oh, wait a minute. This is attic. So that's klutzy. That's funny. From Prague, let's say. Am I spelling that right? I think it's Czech. I think that's right. It's CZ. Jane in classical literature. Jane Eyre. Oh, we haven't done this one yet. Not get rid of. I don't know. Let's do this one. Dangle a carrot in front of. Entice. Class for cognitive science major. Oh, psych. Oh, what? It's close. Dang it. All right, what have we done wrong? Let's see. Person, place, or thing. Final answer. Like someone you shouldn't trust with fragile objects. Klutzy. Am I spelling that wrong? Maybe I'm spelling it wrong. Okay, so that's not the one that's wrong. Okay, this one is wrong. Not get rid of. To not get rid of. This is for sure Easter. Is it entice? What am I doing wrong here? Dangle a carrot in front of. Entice. A time to die. Easter. Class for cognitive science major for short. Psych. Okay. What am I doing wrong here? Activities on the docket. Plans. What am I doing wrong here? Full of sexual desire. Lusty. Commonly cobwebby room. Attic. From Prague. They're Czech. Jane in classical literature. Help me out. What am I doing wrong here? To not get rid of. To seep. Oh, the C is wrong. Okay. It's with a K. It's with a K. Oh my gosh. Okay. That didn't even make sense. Seep. I should have just checked that one again. Not get rid of. Keep. Yeah, it's klutzy with a K. Yeah, I know. Here's Michael screaming the answers at me. Person, place, or thing. Like someone you shouldn't trust with fragile objects. Klutzy. I forgot that was spelled with a K. That's interesting. A time to die. Easter. D-Y-E. Dangle a carrot in front of. Entice. Class for cognitive science major for short. Psych. Activities on the docket. Plans. Full of sexual desire. Lusty. Commonly cobwebby room. Attic. From Prague. A Czech. Jane Eyre in classical literature. And not get rid of. Keep. I should have just read this one again. Of course it's not seep with a C. How does that even function? That doesn't even work. That's all right. You know what? We got it. We got it. All right, let's play the Wordle. What should we start with? What about house? Okay, there's an O and there's an S. No help there. Plain. Trying to come up with non-intersecting words. Words that don't use any of those first letters. And I wonder if I just shot myself in the foot, because with those two words, I ended up using all of the vowels except a Y. Well, I guess we can try out the O in a different position, right? Grody. Is that a word? That's a word? They'll give us the D, too, and the O in the correct place. Man, there's only four. There's only two letters. No, three letters. There's the O, the S, and the D. And there's not any other. I wonder if it's a double O. You know, like smooth. That's not a word. Oh, wait, that is a word. Stood. Stood. Hold on. S, we don't know where it goes. Something. O. I'm pretty sure it's a double O, because what other vowel do we have? And then D's got to go somewhere. Let's try it. Nice. Okay, so we get it on the fourth. Look at that. 100% with my strategy. And that worked really good. House. I like my strategy where you come up with, three non-intersecting words that don't use any of the same letters. That helps you with 15 letters, right? 5 times 3, which gets us a majority. There's a problem, though, that if in the first two words you get all how many vowels are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vowels, not including the Y. Then for the third one, maybe you've shot yourself in the foot and you can't figure it out. So, luckily we did, though, on the fourth. And luckily grody is a word. Grody. It's funny. So we tried house, and it gave us the O and the S. And then plain was no help at all. And then the O we found out was in the middle, but it was also in the fourth, too. And then D's got to go somewhere. So then I put the S at the beginning, and then what else could go? SW, SC, SM. I tried ST, and that did it. I stood up for myself. I did. Thank you, Michael, for your vote of confidence. I knew I could do it because Michael said I could do it. I know I can do it. All right. The movies. So maybe these are movies that have the at the beginning. If you've never played Strands before, it's like a word search. I'd love your help, especially for these movies. I do teach video production, but I don't know everything about every movie. So, I actually see one right here. I wonder if this is it. Strands was fun yesterday with the golf clubs. Okay, ready for this? I think I see one. The Goonies. Yep. That's exactly what it is. Like, I totally called this. There are 7. I've already found one. That means there are 5 more movies and a spangram. So the Strands puzzle is sort of like a word search, right? Except you don't know what the words are, and they don't go left and right, up and down. They snake around. I see an ER right here. Greater. It's the blank. The Goonies. The Vanish. Ooh, The Shining. Ooh, that's been shivers up your spine. The Shining. The Graduate. Yeah, there's one. So what is it? Movies with the? Yeah, exactly. Movies with the at the beginning. The Graduate, The Shining, The Goonies. I see ing right here. I don't see the spangram either. I thought this would have to do something with movies or cinema or... It's IES at the end, right? Wouldn't you think? Oh, what about The Thing? TH. There's no H to connecting this way. There's 3 more in the spangram. Have I heard of these? I have heard of The Graduate. I love The Goonies. That's like a classic. Remember Sloth Love Chunk? Maybe you don't know that one. The Trio. I don't see how TRIO. Maybe over here. Trio. No, it's not Trio. What else? What are movies that have the at the beginning? The Shining. I keep thinking of all the things that we've already said. The Purge. The Hunger Games. The... Ooh, The Ring. Ooh. Oh, that just sends shivers down my spine. The Ring. Have you seen that one? Little Japanese movie turned into kind of an American cult classic. The Ring. I'm... Wasn't there one called The Others? The... Man, oh man. Trava. No way. Does it fit? The Godfather? Oh my gosh, great find. The Aviator. Oh, I don't think I've seen The Aviator. I've seen The Godfather. Classic. Robert De Niro. Okay, and these are titles. Titles that have the in them. Well, thanks for your help. I would have been staring at this for another 10 minutes, I think. I could have used my hint, I suppose, but I will gladly use my Michael hint. How about that? The Graduate, The Ring, The Godfather, The Shining, classic old movie, The Aviator, which I have not seen, and then The Goonies, classic. Yeah, you did help. Absolutely. Cool. Nice. Okay, so then we'll go to Letterboxd. All right, if you've never played Letterboxd before, we are trying to solve within 4 words. We're trying to use up all 12 of these letters in 4 words, hopefully. As an E, C, N, B, R, A, O, L, and G, and I, V, and P. And I can't use... I was going to say like prevent, but there's no T either. Perceive. Oh, is it EI? Maybe it's EI. I say pre something. Prevail. That's a word. Prevail. Pursing. Prevail's a good one. There's no U. I could say lingual. Like bilingual. Can't say lingo either, because the G and the O are on the same side. Lingro. Langbach. Well, prevailing. Prevailing. That's a better word. Lag or leg. Yeah, that could work too, Michael. I like that. Grown. Okay, how do we get over to the C and the B? N. What could we use there? N. Nib is a word. The tip of a pen is called a nib. Bic. Bic is not a word. Bork. We need to use up the letter C somehow. What are we using here? If there was a K, there's plenty of CK words. Oh, I can't do CE. I erased that other word, nib, to see if I could say nice, but I can't say CE in this puzzle. ING, right? Groaning, prevailing, groaning, and then Nicer. He's nice, but he's nicer. Any thoughts? Have we painted ourselves into a corner? Can't do crab, C-R-A-B, because R and A and B are on the same side. Oh, novel. That doesn't help. Novel, and then like... I just need the C and the B. Come on. I'm on an N. Nice. You're looking it up. Nib. Oh, if there was an H, we could say belch. Oh, here we go. Beacon. That's a word. Haha. We did it. We did it in 4, as we should have. Oh my gosh. Sometimes you stare at these puzzles like, okay, how are we going to get out of this? Okay, we just needed the C at the end. That was it. And we used the word beacon for it. So prevailing, good word, prevailing, led us to groan. And then the N for groan led us to nib, just so that we can get over to the B and the C. And I spelled the word beacon. Beacon, that's a fine one. Haha, Michael says, should I restart? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Can I show you yesterday's puzzle? So here was yesterday's. I said carapace, which is like the outer shell of a crab or a crustacean. And that led to enlarger, which led to, what did it lead to? Ref, like a referee. And then family, cute. But I want to know what was the most efficient way. So I'm going to click yesterday, face palming, and then the word gray. Why, of course. Of course, of course. I should have gone to FACEPALMING, face palming. My goodness. That's not fair. I mean, this is a bot playing the game. Oh, you caught the tail end. Awesome. You did. Oh, you did it in 3. What were your words today? What were your words? Prevailing, groan, nib, and beacon. That's how I got there today. And then, of course, yesterday I should have. Why didn't I think of it? Face palming. Yeah, it was a little sloppy today. I had a 3-letter word. It's not the end of the world, though. All right, Callie, I loved your your comment today on my post. I posted today. I really do want to know. Like, I hope people chime in. You guys chime in if you see it in your news feed, in your YouTube feed. How do you see my live stream? Now, you guys, of course, are watching right now in the live stream. But if you're watching this as a replay, are you watching, the day I filmed, April 17th? Are you watching like another day, April 18th, tomorrow, right? Whatever. Or did it take you by surprise that I have a live stream each day? So hopefully you fill out that that little survey as a community post. I love where do you see this? I find that a lot of people watch live. Lots of people watch after the fact. This is like the daily wrap up of the video of the post of the puzzles that day. Very few people watch it day after, right? I mean, they have a time constraint to them. There is kind of an expiration to them. How important is it that you know what the Wordle was 3 weeks ago? You're not going to watch that video, right? So these do definitely have a shelf life, a very quick shelf life, what I've found. And I would love to know how soon after I make it, or do you watch it live? When are you watching? Let's see. You came up with bionic, great word, cap, and then prevailing. We both came up with prevailing. Oh, it's funny. How convenient. I saw prevail, and then I was like, wait a minute, there's an ing, so I can add ing to the end. That's funny. Well, if we had to solve it twice, then we could use prevailing, your beginning words, and then the word prevailing that we both came up with, and then my words at the end. Very good. All right, creating 4 groups of 4 today. Central section of the body, core, midriff, torso, and trunk. And I would also maybe guess 6-pack. Components of a pizza, right? You've got your cheese, your crust, your sauce, and your toppings. Delicious. Units of beer. A case of 40 ounces. A case is what, 24? Or is it 48? I don't know. I don't drink, so I don't know. A growler. I think we looked up a growler. How big is a growler? A half gallon, 64 fluid ounces. Ooh, just take your time on that one. And then a 6-pack. Not your abs, but like beer 6-pack. And then baseball greats. Hold on, let me see if I can remember them. Barry Bonds, I know that one. Mickey Mantle. Cy Young. And then who'd you say? Mike Trout? Mike Trout. Somewhere. Yeah, it's in the chat somewhere. Mike Trout. Nice. Alrighty. All right. Let's just go through these answers, right? Person, blank, thing. Person, place, or thing. Like someone you shouldn't trust with fragile objects. Klutzy. Now, I goofed it up today because I didn't know. I should have remembered. I should have known because Klutzy starts with a K. There is even a toy brand or a game brand or something that's called Klutz, and it's spelled with a K. Should have just known that. A time to dye, D-Y-E, Easter. You dye eggs at Easter. Love those ones with the question mark. Dangle a carrot in front of, entice. Class for cognitive science majors for short, psych. Psych. Activities on the docket, plans. Ooh, full of lusty desire. Right, there it is, lusty. Commonly cobwebby room, attic. From Prague, let's say, maybe someone Czech, right? Czech Republic. Jane Eyre in classic literature. And then this is the one I should have looked at again instead of doing the... Shame on me for doing that. I should have just looked through that answer one more time. I was like, seep? I don't get it. Not get rid of. Keep. Duh. These aren't hard words. Just, you don't know the words, so you have to figure them out. You have a 1-pack. I've got a pretty good keg on the front of me. Never heard of 40 or a growler. Well, you know what? It sounds like, Michael, you might be a little younger. That's okay. There are still lots of things that we all need to learn in life. And the amount of beer that someone has is not anything you need to know. So it's just fine that you don't know that. I put trunk with it because I thought there was a trunk of beer. Oh, man, like a keg. But no, it comes in like a box, so it's a trunk. That's a funny idea. All right. We were a little klutzy. Speaking of klutzy, we were a little klutzy with the Wordle today. I tried the word house, and that gave me the O and the S, which is fine. And then I tried another non-intersecting word, plane. But I don't know if you realize this, but house and plane use up all of the vowels. Except for Y, right? Except for Y. So then I'm like, oh boy, I just shot myself in the foot. What's my third non-intersecting word? I don't have a word that just uses the Y, so I have to repeat one of those vowels at least. So I tried O, because O at least is in the puzzle. And then I tried grody. This is a funny word, grody. Is something, oh, that's grody. And then now knowing where the O goes, and now knowing that there's no other vowels, I'm like, man, maybe where are the vowels? Maybe we're doubling vowels, so maybe it's a double O, and it can't go with the second, so it's either O blank O, which isn't likely. So I tried consonant, consonant, O, O. So if the S is at the beginning, that could be SW or SM or whatever. I was trying to think of what else to do, so I tried stood, and I was like, wait a minute, D, hold on, D does go at the end of that word, stood. And that's what it was. Cool. Let's see, I need to push that button right there. Strands today was all about the movies. So words, the movies that have the at the beginning. The Godfather, The Ring, The Graduate, The Aviator, The Shining, and The Goonies. Yeah, thank you for that one again. I stood up for that one. Oh, boy. Nice. All right. So, and then, yeah, I think it's funny. Callie solved it ending in prevailing, and I started mine with prevailing. We both saw that word. So, what did you say? Bionic, cap, and prevailing. And I happened to start mine with the word prevailing. So, prevailing, groan, nib. And I said the B just to get rid of the B, but now I need a word that starts with B, so I came up with beacon. B-E-A-C-O-N. Beacon. Oh, man. Well, good puzzles today. Thanks for a little bit of help. I needed a boost for some of those. Today, Thursday, what are we doing? We have a couple of friends coming over tonight. That's going to be a little fun to chat with them, have a little good time. My kids are just doing really good. It's raining, which is not very fun. But even rainy days, April showers bring May flowers, as they say. So we already have lots of flowers, which is really cool. I have some bulbs coming up in my front yard, and those grape hyacinths, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And once it dries out, I need to mow the lawn. I really need to mow the lawn because it's starting to grow already. Yeah, you started with Godfather and Aviator. Yep, you definitely needed. I needed your help on that, so thank you for that. Cool. All right. Well, thanks for a great stream. Thanks for the help, Michael and everybody else. And yeah, enjoy your Thursday and big day tomorrow, right? Big weekend. Let's enjoy it with family. Any preparations that you need to do to make an awesome Easter with your family. So hope you enjoy. So thank you. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.